A very good morning, everyone.
Francis, check if you can hear. All right, a very good morning to you. For the second day out of two, welcome to the Hot Shots 85,000 runs competition. This match is the start of the second round. Sorry, it is the start of the second life. First round, 96 players are competing for the big money, including many from South Africa, but some from Zambia, from Eswatini. Now, from South Africa in this match is Castello Naidoo, donning shots, and on table is taking on one of the tournament favorites, Kelvin Fikoti, all the way from Zambia, for a place in the round of last 64. They are racing to 9. And yes, this one serves as perhaps the biggest match, maybe the second biggest, because as well, Pila Mazambani is taking on international teammate Nzamo in an all South African clash again in the first round. You could argue about which one of the two is the bigger game than the other. Maybe it is this because of the balance of play and how good the scores seem to be shared in between the two players. Castello down by 3 frames to 4 is on the verge of winning frame number 8 to make it 4 frames all. With now the simple task of rolling red to the corner pocket top left, cue ball will be natural for black, also portable to the side pocket right. That one will serve as Castello's 4th out of 8. Cue ball was a little too close to the cushion, but that won't matter. It will be Castello winning the frame. It will be Kelvin losing the frame. By the way, Kelvin is having a very big day. He took his first life to the final, and will be taking on guess who? Aiden Joseph in around maybe 5 hours time. Then has this life also to try and take as far can be. Kelvin 4, Castello 4, race tonight.
Tango, please. Tango, please. Tango, please come to office.
And don't forget, guys, the actual reason as to why these players are gathered here in Durban is not yet even starting. This event is just a dress rehearsal for the 2026 African Pool Championships organized by the All Africa Pool Associations. Starting at a venue that is about 30 minutes away, staying in the city of Durban at Santos Hotel. That one shall be starting in about 24 hours time. And yes, the teams are starting to arrive to set in. I've seen the Tanzanian team, about 5 of them at the venue, most especially those that come from the Snipers team. The few members of Team Eswatini are around. Of course, South Africa is always around. As for others, we can only wait. Of course, members of the Zambian team, including Kelvin, are at the venue, and I think some of the members of Team Zimbabwe are at the venue. I've seen Richard and Craig and Blessing. The All Africa Pool Championships 2026 starting tomorrow. That does apply only for you who are watching live, not for the rest that will be watching this stream after the live is done. Streaming date is Sunday. I think it's 1st February already. Yes, 2026 All Africa Pool Championships starting on the 2nd in 3 disciplines, that is hay ball, 10 ball, and black ball. That's why this time it's not being dubbed the All Africa Pool Championships. Hay ball is not pool, black ball is not, and 10 ball is not pool. It's just 10 ball. It's been that player Kelvin that has proven to everybody that is one of the best players on the continent, but victory in a big comp that is open to all has just not been coming. He came close about 40 days ago to winning the PPT, the Patriarchs Pool Championship. He lost out to the Ugandan Caesar, but yes, $4,000 as the prize for the second player was just good for Kelvin. The victory would have been even sweeter. He has also reached the semi-finals a few times at Billiards Cafe. Just at the end of last year, he was in the semis. He won a 16-man comp of the ATA in December 2024, but that one was not open. It was only on invitation. He reached the final of the All Africa Pool Championships in 2023, losing out to Aiden Joseph. But winning has not just happened. He also lost out to Jerry just 2 days ago. Same venue, same table. In a 16-man comp that was now played on invitational basis here at Hot Shots. But for today's tournament, it is open with 96 players. Maybe this is the opportunity. Yes, he's into the last 4. It is the first live final, but for the fact that the tournament is double live, it becomes an actual semi-final. His opponent is Aiden Joseph. But now, another South African, Castello, could be on the verge of taking the lead for the very first time in the match. Has 3 reds on the table, wanting to put one of them to the side pocket up with backspin. He actually simply rolled it, ensuring another cut between white and red. If he's to put to the corner pocket top right, cue ball naturally moves a little bit leftwards. Seems to be spinning it backwards naturally. Still, the movement of the cue ball is leftwards, just like that. It's playing so good. I want to think that because of yet another cut between white and the red left on the table, should put it with some kind of ease to the corner pocket bottom right. If he plays some kind of backspin, The cue ball moves again leftwards. He may want to put black to the side pocket on the right. Whether he plays top spin, whether backspin, goes for backspin. That is the leftward movement of the white. The pot of the black to the side pocket on the right will give the South African the lead for the first time in the match. Focus, shoot, pot. Castello 5, Kelvin 4, rest 9. Just to respond to some of the complaints, Richard Ndibaba is asking one game for a Botswanan player to see. When I get chance, it's actually my friend Supra Marang from Botswana who asked me to stream a game for a Botswanan, but I've not yet gotten a chance. I hope one of them is called. There are 6 tables. Some of them are situated in the middle of the arena, and it's not possible to stream because there is just nowhere to place the tripod and then leave the players with playing space. But when I get a chance, I will, brother. Hachalane asking how many Ugandans are going to participate in the All Africa Pool Championships. The Uganda national pool team will not be participating. That one I can confirm. They will not be participating. They lacked funds by the Pool Association of Uganda. So they will not be participating this time round. But there are 2 singles, that is 1 male and 1 female, that did apply for South Africa visa. And the hope is that they will be getting visa tomorrow, which if they do, they can fly to Durban tomorrow. That is the lady Rashida and the man Caesar. Good afternoon, Silaja. Watching from Kampala. Welcome to the stream, Dominic. You want something else? You want the score on the table that is at the top right. I'll be updating you about scores in other matches as time passes by, as the match grows older. Olimba Jeff, you say the Facebook broadcast keeps breaking. It's not breaking because I'm watching it as well. Halebogawaleng is asking whether Botswana is there. Well, Supra Marang, one of the patrons in Botswana and Paul told me yes, there is Botswana. Owen Kachimba, you say that from now onwards we call Mr. Fikoti, Mr. Take You Home, and Mr. Sit Down, and Mr. Visa. Okay, Jonathan supporting Fikoti, Raphael Ngandu definitely supporting Kelvin, James Shawa also supporting Kelvin on the Facebook stream. Owen OJ Kachimba. Somehow Kelvin is dominating the support from the Facebook stream, and yet South Africa is normally the biggest Facebook following on the African continent, and Castello is South African, but maybe the South Africans have not yet flocked in as much as the Zambians online. But it is the South African who could take a 2-frame lead. Castello Naidoo. I did ask him which event was it? I think the African Ultimate Pool Championships. Whether him being called Naidoo has gotten relationship to Jeremiah Naidoo, the more famous Naidoo of the South African pool players. Seems there is no relationship besides the two being very good pool players, as good as the relationship between White and both of Castello's Reds, because with the cue ball he's having, he could start with either of them, either one to the side pocket right or the corner pocket bottom right. I would fancy he will start with the one he's looking at to the side pocket right. and then black to either of the corner pocket, the last red to either of the corner pockets. Oh, he's choosing to play instead another with some kind of English on the cue ball. Has support, cue ball bouncing off the right cushion into space, even with very little energy used. The cue ball still moved a little bit further than he would have wanted. So it's now very easy to put red, but not easy whatsoever manipulating cue ball for the black. That's why it was just my opinion that the ball he's just spotted should have been played last. His pattern came a little bit wanting. It's now him having to play the last red on the table, put it with power, with a big top spin. Maybe spin the cue ball rightwards for the cue ball to bounce off at least 2-3 cushions, then move as close can be to the black. Off 1-2-3 cushions, close to the black, close to the black. Yes, it is from Castello Naidoo. We have just witnessed the best shot of the match so far. Not only is he leading now, he's on the verge of increasing his lead and sinks in black for the 6th time out of 10. Castello 6, Kelvin 4, race to 9. Joel Naidoo, you want me to try mutton bunny from the kitchen? Okay, don't eat mutton. In my culture, we have clans, and the ethnic grouping is divided in 2 clans. 52 of them they are, and normally each clan is an animal clan, and the people that belong to that clan are considered brothers and sisters, and yes, they are most of them distantly related because they have the same exact grandfather. So I belong to the sheep clan, and I cannot marry someone from the same clan. Also, members of that clan do not eat mutton. That is how the Ganda are organized socially. But I've seen guys enjoying it here. But when you come, you'll buy me chicken. JJ Richard Mr. Thank you for watching, and Patrick J meeting. As the Zambian now has to win 5, while the South African has to win 3 of the remaining 7 to take home the victory. As for Kelvin, he must start winning. He's been very successful so far in his stay in South Africa. The 2 tournaments he's played, one of them he came second, losing out to a South African Jerry. In the other, he has taken 1 life to the first life final, taking on another South African, and yet in the second life, as early as round number 1, another South African player is now in the lead. But at least in this ongoing tournament, Kelvin got to beat Aiden for the first time in a very long while. Aiden is one of those reasons why Kelvin has not been successful, losing out so many times in the near stages to the final, maybe the finals themselves. And while Castello is a very dedicated, experienced, and quality player, he doesn't boast any victory in an international competition. Isaac Kandala asking if Sandile Madlala is still in the tournament. Yes, he is. Everybody is, unless someone has lost out in the ongoing games in the first round. Watching you in Mbara. Thank you for watching. Medi Mugisha. I'm fine, my brother. Danny Wanyeke. You're asking when you did away with the 7-ball rule. I don't know which 7-ball rule you exactly are referring to on the YouTube stream. Thank you for appreciating Lil Paul, Gilbert Simapenga, supporting Kelvin, who came close to fouling in this case. The cue ball remains on the green bed, but it is tricky him putting any of the five reds on the table, besides the one that is packed at the end of the corner pocket, top left. That's why he's deciding to play not to pot, with some kind of defense in the shot.
That is the Hava NU36. NU36709 Hava. Please remove the vehicle.
Is that your water? Is it yours? The bravery with which Kelvin sometimes decides to execute some shots, irrespective of the risk, and yet many of the times he gets it right. When those little things happen, you get the difference between good players and very good players. That's why he nowadays belongs to the latter category. The work he has to do is cut out. He really wants perhaps to have a cut on the black right, put it to the side pocket on the left. Also maintain the cue ball, it could go to the corresponding side pocket. White is safe, black is not sunk. Maybe he thought a little bit too much about the effect of the cue ball. He also did not take enough time trying to put the ball. And in the last 2, 3, 4 frames, Castello has been living off opportunities given to play like this. Kelvin's miss, Castello's opportunity. I love his focus, Castello. I love his concentration. When he's queuing, you see all the experience, which, by the way, is close to 25 years of him playing competitive pool. He is that rich in terms of experience. And when you see him play, you also see the richness in quality. I love for the fact that nowadays his love for the game has been rejuvenated because now he registers and participates in international competitions. Sometimes now, even moving out of South Africa to play. Actually, he played at Queens in Zimbabwe. And I did share accommodation with him. He's very serious on the table, but off the table, he's a very, very funny guy. He makes sure that you are always laughing. But now he's making sure that no Zambian fan is laughing. He's making sure that Kelvin is not laughing. The cable has just moved a little bit more than he wanted. He needs somewhat of a big recovery. It is very tricky him going for the ball. He's trying to plays with backspin. There is a risk of playing the cue ball into the block, and considering the position of the block, it will be potted and the frame would be lost in what would be the most careless way to lose the frame. That's why he's having a change of mind. Having a cut on the yellow, put it to the corner pocket bottom left, have the cue ball bounce off the right cushion with backward spin. There we are. Just around 85% accuracy. Not exactly what he wanted, because he may have wanted the cue ball to be just a little, like a centimeter or less topwards. He will be good to go. And now needs yet another recovery. Maybe try and put. The yellow is looking up to the corner pocket top left and have the cue ball bounce off the left cushion. Maybe pot. They instead the one which is bottomwards to the corner pocket bottom left, which is now what he's trying to do. Maybe have the cue ball be played off the black and off the cushion and into another yellow. Maybe into yellow direct. But the shot is missed and the frame is lost. And the Fikoti will be pulling one back. Kelvin 5, Castello 6, rest to 9.
Mother and Bacon at table 12. Mother and Bacon at table 12. Edison versus Castello at table 13. 40, sorry. Edison versus Castello at table 14. Goal is 0, your table 4. Ian and Cheese, or table 14. Ian and Cheese, table 14. Marco and Edison on table one. Marco and Edison on table one.
Just like that, when you thought that maybe Kelvin's comeback would have gotten him another equalizing frame, Castello comes up with one visit of the table and clears yet another frame and regains a two-frame lead and puts himself on the verge of qualification into the round of last 64 if he can win two more out of the remaining four. Castello 7, Kelvin 5, race to 9. There has been action between Iftika of South Africa and Royd of Zambia. Royd came late. He had lost a very good number of frames by walkover. I want to think he's out of the competition because on the table they were supposed to be playing, I am seeing no action there. Maybe he lost enough to lose the match. Mzamo in an all South African big clash leads against Pila Mazambani by 8 frames to 7. By the way, from last year for me, Pila Mazambani was the most improved player. Okay, between him and the Ugandan Ian, those two did show a lot of improvement during the course of the year. But maybe for the fact that Pila defeated Ian in a money match by decider, I would give that nod to Pila. Now in this one, for a chase of a free shot, Kelvin has opted to play a red into yellow, move a yellow close to the pocket, leave the red close to the cushion. Of course, intent is for him to go for the yellows, have the reds as badly positioned as bad can be, give himself a chance to win a frame that could put him within one more of an equalizer. Zakaria Mahmoud, thank you for watching from Somalia. Eminent Ishmael asking if Caesar is coming for the competition. You will get a better update tomorrow. All signs for now are that yes. Brian Kiproy thinks Castello is playing a slow game. I wouldn't agree with you so much. Not all players have got their own qualities. Now Kelvin showing his qualities. He's having his mind mostly on the yellow that is close to the side pocket right, because the other two, white, seems to suggest that putting them will be almost obvious. The position of the black as well tricky because it is touching one of the reds but portable to the side pocket left. And it's what Kelvin is contemplating. Put one yellow to the side pocket right, the second yellow to the corner pocket bottom right, and black to the side pocket on the left. It will be the pattern in which the cue ball is natural for all two shots. Just roll and roll, as well as roll the black in a match that is being played at now a world-class level. Each player coming onto the table making clearances of what would be very difficult frames, making light work of them. Here is another, this time from the king of Lusaka himself. Beneficiary of a scratch and the break from his opponent, Kelvin wins frame number 13. It is now Kelvin 6 and Castello 7. Once again, Kelvin 6, Castello 7, rest to 9. Timeout, Castello for 3 minutes.
Tuesday. He has not yet got visa. He's going to play for all of you. Single. But, oh, he went single.
Guys, if you are done with your matches, please bring the pens back.
Now, this match is a gift that has kept on giving. Starting off with Kelvin being the first player out of the box, winning frame number 1, taking a 3-frame lead thereafter. Before long, they were drawing 3-all. Kelvin got to 4. Castello winning 3 straight. Kelvin making it 5. Castello extending his lead, making it 7. Kelvin then winning the next 2, having timeout in between them, and having now the match drawing at 7 frames all. This race to 9 is now a race to 2. 2 tight, 2 unpredictable, 2 close to call between the South African and the Zambian. What can Castello do about this? Wanting to play one yellow into another by connection. His intention was to have one of these yellows occupy the corner pocket completely. That one will not go down as a good shot. What Kelvin needs to do is pot a ball. The red that is close to yellow and black, play it with some kind of topspin cue ball, removing the yellow away just like that. Highly likely that he will win frame number 15 at least, and need to win 1 out of the remaining 2. The 2 reds touching each other. One of them is the one he has to play next. Playing in the leftwards of the 2. This one with topspin cue ball bouncing off the cushion a little. Just needing to pot. Again, just needing to pot. But with a little bit of right spin and the cue ball bouncing off the cushion, moving rightwards into another red. That was clearly not intentional. And it puts himself in some kind of trouble here. And he knows it. Choice of a recovery shot is have a sharp cut when the red is looking at. The cue ball to bounce off 2 cushions and has to avoid any contact with the yellows. Off 2 cushions, no contact with the yellows. Good recovery from the Zambian. He may have to play the same exact shot he has played, this time around with a little bit more energy. Bounce the cue ball. Oops, he's starting to play with the topwards red first. Okay, it will do as well, because in this case he simply needs to roll it with minimal power. He almost lost the cue ball because of using a little too much power, but he will be okay. Needing a shot as simple as rolling the red to the corner pocket bottom left, cue ball bouncing off the left and right cushion, and then into space to pot black. Oops. That is very good dragging of the cue ball. I thought he would go for power. He went for precision and has gotten it right and has won the frame and has gotten the lead at the business end of the match. Kelvin 8, Castello 7, race to 9. Simply not making the ball on the break brought a big sigh of relief, breathing in heavily by Castello. It is his chance on the table. The only thing he can do about this game is win 2 frames in a row or else bow out of the competition entirely. It has been 3 frames won in a row by Kelvin. It is Castello now having to play catch up. He must win 2 straight. And there he is. You can hear the round of applause. Of course, he's enjoying the majority of the support. He's the home guy. Competition is being played in his home country. The fans will be wishing that he does them proud. They also have it in mind that Kelvin is one of 2 players that still have opportunity to win prizes in Life 1 and Life 2. He could win both. Why not? He's got the qualities. If he does, it will be one major milestone for him. He's been in South Africa, I think, for the last 6 days, if not 5. And his management team, Q Masters from Tanzania, have got a big financial say in that. Castello Naidoo hoping to utilize this to become his equalizing frame. Try and win the match, but first has to equalize in the match by winning this ongoing frame. Has to play 3 perfect shots here. You don't have to go for the risky option when losing the frame loses you the match. I think Castello would be guilty here. Should have potted. Maybe with a little bit of top spin, but don't go for too much power. Don't make a bigger chance of missing the ball. most especially when the pocket in which you are trying to put is the side pocket. Kelvin, with one thing in mind, utilize the chance and win the frame, in which case winning the frame wins him the match. There he goes, cue ball towards the top end of the table, off the top cushion. I'm not so certain he will be okay with his cue ball now. We're in Durban. I just called it the capital city of the KZN province, KwaZulu Natal, in South Africa. There has been a scratch. Some game reading was missing on the side of Kelvin. Almost did exactly what Castello did, going for a risky choice of shot when there is something more simple and more effective. Maybe the pressure, the nerves, and the weight of the occasion. The fact that two players who have the capability of winning the competition are meeting off in the first round. Sometimes the pressure doesn't get the best game out of themselves, most especially at the latter stages of the match. Kelvin was just trying to make sure that the red Castello is trying to play is not frozen against the cushion. And yes, there has been confirmation that it is not. Nonetheless, Castello still plays safety. Not absolutely safe though. Actually, forgot at one time that he had a free shot. It was a free shot, that one. After all, Kelvin potted white previously. But leaves the cue ball so close to the cushion that yes, Castello will not be safe. He must make a ball here. Most especially that red. Portable to the corner pocket, top left of the screen. It's off, making it worse, leaving it almost dead. Both for Kelvin and Castello finishing this frame in one visit of the table is a little too complicated now. Ladies and gentlemen, the hardest fought frame of all 16 in the match so far has been won by Castello. And for the right reason being the hardest fought frame. It has taken the match into a decider. Castello 8, Kelvin 8, rest 1. I lost this gadget. So I go to buy products like the more I have the ingredients for the direction. Thank you very much. The decisive frame is broken by the South African. He has gotten to sink in one yellow, leaving the Reds positioned clearly better than the yellows. That is the big benefit of winning the first action of the match. That is the lag, the toss to determine who breaks when you win it. If the match gets to a decider, you break the deciding frame. That could be the difference between Castello winning or losing, the difference between Kelvin winning or losing the match, simply because of who won the toss, who won the lag. Castello has a very good opportunity to take this one home, take himself into the second round in the second life. The same opportunity to knock one of Kelvin's lives out of the competition. After all, Kelvin will be still involved, win or lose, because he's into the first life final with the Aiden Joseph as his opponent. But it is now Castello. Remember, the table is open. You can play red and put red. You can play yellow, put yellow. Can play yellow into red. Can still play red into yellow. As long as he puts only one color, he will have closed the table playing the color he will have potted. Has taken too much time, has perhaps done as intended. Pot red, but cue ball off the yellow. But making it a little bit difficult now, finishing off the frame. But he's potting. Very importantly for Castello, making a ball, even when the situation looked a little bit tricky. He can play 3-4 good shots. He can count himself into the second round, can count Kelvin out of his second life. That is the amount of competition in African pool, dear viewers. The player who took his first life in the final of the same tournament could exit his second life in the first round. That is how close these players are. There we still go. He's starting to really believe. But I'm not so certain he can put any of the reds with ease. 4 of them, they are in number. The one that is put near the center pocket right has one of Kelvin's yellows block its movement. The two that are at the the bottom end of the table, not easily portable. Maybe the one that is left to absorb them both. Have a right cut on it, try and put it to the corner pocket bottom left. Maybe play red into red by combination, by connection, try and put one of them to the bottom right corner pocket. That is a little too difficult. We are watching the Hot Shots 96-man double F competition here at Hot Shots Academy in Durban in South Africa. Zambia's Kelvin Fikoti and South Africa's Castello Naidoo are drawing 8 all in a race to 9. That makes the frame that you are watching a decider. In which frame Castello decides to have a sharp cut of the red, try to put it to the corner pocket bottom left. It is a miss, and a very, very big miss. And the Zambians at the arena chant, "Come on," to Kelvin. A few matches that have ended in deciders in the competition, but maybe this one has provided the highest level quality of competition of the matches that have so far ended in deciders, because both players have played relatively well. Maybe I can say relatively very well, and each one of them will be exiting the second life in the next 1 minute or so. It will be this guy who will care, but not so much like his opponent if he were to lose, for the fact that yes, Kelvin will still be involved in the competition, win or lose this match. As we come to the end of this match, dear viewers watching on Peter Chevy Live YouTube, watching on Q Pixels Photography Facebook, please do not forget to like the video. Something that takes half a second or so. I hope that you have, with the same hope that Kelvin is going for the frame. He has not played well enough. The intent could have been to pot yellow, but off the red, displace the red from the center pocket and pass another yellow to put it to that same center pocket. But he can still recover, because yes, he can put two of the yellows and with some kind of ease. He manages to play the topwards yellow first, spinning the cue ball eddy to backwards. That is pinpoint accuracy. Fans are overjoyed here, chanting the playing ability of Kelvin in Isizulu, from the guy that hails from Nyanja. Too much pull from Mr. Fikoti. The rest is a formality. He's entertaining the fans like this. In one of the most entertaining matches in the competition so far, with witnesses that have been way over 1,000 watching combined on Facebook and YouTube. Victory goes to Kelvin. 8.